One of the questions and a topic I frequently get asked to create a video on is my career in public relations and how I got my start, and just a video about the public relations industry, like fashion PR, beauty PR, all of that in general. I know this video has been a long time coming. A lot of people have always commented it, and it's always like a top comment on all my videos, but I've just been sort of procrastinating on it a little bit, just because, you know, I am so young. I've only been out of college a year, and I don't know, it's like a little intimidating for me to like try and talk about this and be like act like I'm an expert or anything on it, because I'm not. I'm not going to talk specifically about my job in general. It's just not something I'm comfortable talking about yet, but I can give you some advice and just some more information about PR in general, and just how I got my start, and some things that I think are important to know, especially if you're considering this as a potential career. The one question I get asked the most is, do I have to major in communications or public relations to get a job in PR? And the answer is, without a doubt, no. You do not have to major in communications. You don't have to go to a college that has a communications program. I mean, that's great, like if you really do want to major in it. I did major in it. I majored in strategic communications, which I mean is basically PR marketing, but you don't need to have that as your major. Just as long as you have a bachelor's degree, you can 100% go into PR. I've worked with people that have degrees in biology. It's not necessary to have a PR degree to get a job at a PR agency or in the PR department for a company. Just as long as you have a really good liberal arts background and good internship experience, that's all that matters. So now I'm just going to talk about some qualities and just some aspects of the PR industry that I think are important to know before going into it, and just some qualities that I think people who do these types of jobs should possess. So the one thing I've really noticed so far about public relations is these jobs are not normal 9-to-5 jobs, especially if you're in New York City. Maybe if you're in a smaller city somewhere, the hours and the stress of it may be a little less crazy, but the PR industry in New York specifically, and I'm assuming LA and like San Francisco and Chicago, it's crazy. The hours are long. You're not going to be working 9 to 5, you're going to be working like 8 to 8. Some days I've been at work until 10 o'clock at night. You know, they're not easy jobs. You do get stressful. They are high stress jobs. So if you want an easy job where you're doing the same thing every day, you stroll in at 9 o'clock, you leave right at 5, then these aren't the type of jobs for you. You know, the hours are long and you got to put in work, and stress does come with it. So that's something you should definitely be aware of. PR jobs, especially when you start out, are also not high paying. This isn't a high paying, huge money making industry, especially when you're starting out. Maybe along the line you can make a lot of money, but if you're graduating from college and you're like, I really want a job where I'm going to make a lot of money, I would not suggest going into public relations. People don't go into this field because they want to be rich and make a huge salary. So that's another thing to definitely keep in mind. One of the aspects that I really love about my job is that no day is ever the same. Change is always happening, and it's actually something I sort of struggled with at the beginning, because, you know, you'll get into a routine and then all of a sudden a new event will come up or your client will come out with a new product, and just like that your day-to-day activities switch and you're completely focusing on something else. But it's good though, because I'm the type of person where I get really bored, and I would hate having a job where I just did the same thing every single day and it was the same tasks. You know, I'm always doing something different, which is really fun. It makes the days go fast, and you know, it's always something new and exciting happening. If you're a creative person, then PR is definitely an industry you should consider. I consider myself a creative person. One of the things I really like about my job is that I get to do research. You know, if a client is coming out with a new product, or they're launching a new initiative, or if they're having an event, you know, it's up to the PR agency or the PR people that they employ or that they hire to think of those ideas. So it's fun, you know, trying to think of something that's never been done before and then seeing it all happen. And if your client likes the idea, it's like a really cool feeling. Another thing that's very important, and I can't stress this enough, is you have to be an extremely organized and meticulous person. If you're forgetful, if you forget things on a daily basis, and if you're just, I don't want to like say if you're lazy, because obviously nobody wants to describe themselves as lazy, but you really have to be meticulous. Like at work, I have a notebook where I literally write down every single thing I have to do every single day, and if I do something else that's not on that list, I add it down. So I literally have a record of every single thing I've done every single day since I started my job. Even if it's just going to grab something off the printer from my boss. Like, I have that written down. I have a record of it, and it's just a way that I keep organized. But, you know, like I said before, like, new things are always going to be happening. You're going to get a new task to do that wasn't normally on your list for the day. You just got to stay organized because you're dealing with a lot of samples, a lot of products, you're tons of emails every day. You have to be able to stay on top of it, and you can't forget things. One of the last things that I think is really important to note is the PR industry. PR jobs, they're very social. You're always going to be talking with new people. You're going to be at events, interacting with editors. Sometimes you even get to go on press trips where you're hosting editors and different people. You're meeting with your client face-to-face and on the phone all the time. PR jobs aren't the type of jobs where you just sit at your computer all day and you just interact with the people in your office. You're always going to be interacting with new people, and like, it can give you like anxiety, you know, like meeting with new people in social situations. I know some people get really anxious in new social situations, and it's just something to be aware of. Like, if you get nervous meeting new people, or if you get nervous talking in front of people, or having to call people you don't know, or just in general just like interact with lots of new people on a weekly basis, then this probably isn't a good industry for you. It'll probably like give you anxiety. But it's just something to be aware of. So I hope that this video was helpful and it gave you all a little bit more insight into the PR industry and, you know, just some different aspects of it that maybe you haven't read anywhere before or no one's ever told you. I get asked a lot just about my job specifically, and it's just not something I'm comfortable putting out there or, you know, really discussing in depth, just because I am so young and starting out early in my career. I just feel like that wouldn't be a good thing to do, to put that out in the public. But if you guys have specific questions, definitely tweet me or send me a message on my Facebook page. Twitter is honestly the best way to get in touch with me, just because I'm always, you know, looking at it. Facebook and email could take like a week or more for me to respond to, just because I do have a full-time job and I'm busy during the week. But definitely reach out to me if you have more specific questions, and leave me comments below and questions for future videos, because I'll definitely be making more advice type videos and just videos in general about New York City and careers. So let me know. But thanks again guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!